All right. Hello, adventurers. My name is Moops and Miss Rake, and I'm going to be your host for this evening. No, it's Moops like Jagger. Maximus Rake is to your screen left, and I have Virtual Spectre on your screen right. And this is Tome of Knowledge, and I'm taking care of the intro today, which is wild.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do now.
You living the dream.
I'll do that as soon as I figure out how. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, today is Monday, and that's when Tome of Knowledge happens, and we talk about all the things of D&D with our perspective and feeding it into your book brain. Just feeding that knowledge in. Oh, what else? Oh man, do I do the plugs or do you? Because you got to press the buttons.
Here's links. Hey, if you are watching us on Twitch, hopefully it looks better than last time. But we did this. But just go to YouTube anyway, because everyone loves YouTube. And we're over there right now.
We're
or
live.
If you're listening to us
Same
later,
time.
we were there right then, right?
What else? We got
Right.
all bunch of cool things. What else? We have the Discord, discord.gg/casters and cantrips, where the crew and the cast hangs out along with our incredible community. We share memes, we share recipes. There's dog pics, and I posted these super awesome dice I saw on the internet. It has the Going Merry in the D20. It's sick.
I posted two things today that are of note in Discord.
What's that?
The first of which was a YouTube short of Snoop Dogg doing commentary for the Olympics, and I want more of it. And then
Beautiful.
in the music channel today, I posted where someone had redone the entire Hybrid Theory album from Linkin Park using Mario 64 sounds.
I listened to it.
It is amazing.
It's hard to listen to.
It's amazing. It's so good.
We also have the Patreon. If you want to support the Casters and Cantrip show, where we have Tome of Knowledge on Monday here at 6 p.m. Pacific, and Friday night 6 p.m. Pacific is our live show of Campaign 2 of the Unfortunate Pirates, where we're all three of us are in there. Plus we got Bunny Dreadful, we have Nika Nikolic, and we have Mac and Cheese Please, who's YouTube famous. Because she got tweeted on Twitter today. So that's pretty cool.
I'd like to say that it's not a spoiler that the crew are, I would say it's not a spoiler that the crew are pirates, right? That happened pretty early in the campaign. Probably episode, I would argue and say episode 1 or 2 is like when you lean that direction. And I just want everyone to know at home that not to panic anymore, because in episode 48 they finally got their pirate flag.
We did it.
Oh yeah.
And it's beautiful.
It took us 48 episodes, and now
no, I'm kidding. It's amazing. Bun did amazing art. So
it's really I'm amazed at what Bun, because I drew it on my phone, and then I was like, this is what the flag should look like, and then she made it look beautiful.
And really fast too. Like really fast.
So I should share that on the concept, and then the professionally done photo. I'll share that on our Twitter. I'll share that on the Twitters and then Discord.
Oh man, I don't have them anymore. That's a great idea, because I would love to have shared the concept of what I drew on a blank piece of printer paper for the map for the campaign, and then what she turned it into. Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, sign up for the Patreon. It's free, and there's also tiers where you get the episodes early, especially for Out of Combat, which lives on podcast and YouTube only. But patrons get that a lot earlier than when it's scheduled to post. And there's also a fantastic, wonderful tier where you can create your own NPC, and you work with Max, the fantastic world builder and DM, and he'll get your NPC fit in the world. And hopefully one day we will come across them while we're playing.
Indeed.
Every single cent goes back into helping with the stream.
Yeah,
all the
Max
does.
music, the maps, all that stuff.
all the services that Max, who subscribes to other Patreons to use for our show.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's where a lot of our animated maps come from. Other Patreon artists, and a lot of the music that we use are either via Patreon or by people that allow other creators to use it. So it goes right back in there.
Mm-hmm. All right, what are we doing today, Moves?
Great question, VS. Today we are covering the 2024 Wizard overview. So let's check it out. We got the cool fancy setup that Max always has. Boom. Look at that, beautiful.
Wow.
There
Now
it
you
is.
have it.
So
Now everyone has it.
we are a little bit behind because all this stuff's already out for people to see and view, but we're doing it at our pace, our style. So this is I know a lot of other content creators have like a full deep dive since they had early access to the books and stuff. But we're still going over the blogs that they posted back in the day.
But we don't. And if you're listening, which is the coast, we could.
Yeah.
We're just a phone call away.
Give us a book.
Or just give me my copy early because I already bought it. So just let me have it.
That too. But man, already this piece of art already phenomenal from Billy Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like an abjuration wizard.
There's one thing that I don't like though. I think the art is amazing. I think the colors are awesome. The composition, I just, man, and Bun's gonna get mad at me for saying this. I feel like the giant shoulder armor on a wizard is too World of Warcraft for me. Like,
now I can't unsee it.
I'm sorry.
It's forever in my mind.
Like, I get it. It's cool, but like, it's not for me. If it's for you, then great. But I think the character concept is still amazing.
What I like about it is it gives me strong Storm vibes from X-Men. If you put Storm into D&D and made her a badass wizard, that's what it is. It
Floating
looks
staff, glowing
the
eyes,
white eyes.
Yeah. It's just missing the lightning and clouds.
Yeah. It's really neat.
What are we naming this wizard?
Latte, yeah, they're going for the 80s women business, the power suit with the shoulder pads to the extreme. The bigger the shoulder pad, the more power you have as a wizard. That's how it works. So this is at least a level 15 wizard with those shoulder pads.
Hmm. It's a good question.
Anything
I'm not
off?
good at naming magic.
Even chat. Feel free to throw some names on this awesome wizard, business wizard. What's the business wizard name?
Vittoria of the Eld Tower. That's what I would say.
Barbarita of the Aperture School of Knowledge.
Funny says Tiffany. Fantastic.
Amaro says Cassandra. Beautiful.
Goes by Cass.
That's probably better than Barbara Rita.
Short skirt, long jacket.
Yeah, very good, Alan.
What was yours, VS?
I would say Arch Wizard Demira.
Ooh,
that fits the shoulder pad height. You'd definitely be an Arch Wizard.
That's definitely a boss wizard status right there for sure.
Yeah, Slow Diver we like in 2024 so far. So we covered some of the Unearthed Arcana. We also have been covering these blog posts. We don't have an early access copy to the book or anything, so we're going by what they say. Some things we like, some things we don't like, some things we're okay with. So kind of the full spectrum there.
Monk got a huge glow up. Monks are so good now. Holy crap.
Oh yeah.
Rangers, they treat Rangers like a stepchild.
They treat Rangers like an enemy.
They just don't want rangers in the game. That's what that's what's so far. But
It's
everything
like
else,
that
yeah.
meme with the mom holding the baby out of the water, and there's like a skeleton under the water.
Oh,
It's like
Oh,
monks being held up and rangers underwater.
so it's like monk is the mom's holding the monk baby, and then there's like the kid who's actively drowning,
Yeah.
right? Or at least in the photo it looks like, and that's probably druid.
Druid, based on the feedback in the UA.
Yeah, yep. And then the skeleton on the bottom of the ocean, that's ranger. Yeah.
In the chair, like in the rocket chair.
Yep.
So fortunately I didn't have time today. I was very busy. Didn't have time to watch the video that Jeremy Crawford usually goes over, like the class breakdown, and adds little tidbits that the blog doesn't cover. So I think we're all doing it live together.
Let's do it.
All right, so we're gonna start level 1. I guess I'll start since I'm introducing and hosting now. Let's see. Level 1, spellcasting, of course. Wizard spellcasting feature hasn't seen a huge number of changes, but certainly receives some quality of life improvements. Excellent. The most immediate difference you'll notice of wizards are no longer use their intelligent modifier plus wizard level to determine the number of spells prepared, instead referring to a fixed value listed in the wizard table. Interesting.
Why?
Maybe they'll get into it. We'll see. Pulling a page from Will's spellbook, the Cantrip Formulas optional class feature from the Tasha Cauldrons of Everything is now the core spellcasting feature. Also, the spellbook received a bit of love with more defined properties, and the ability to use a spellcasting focus are now impossible to read by anyone but you without the use of identify. Interesting. That's more private. That's some lore flavor there. And lastly, Ritual Caster is no longer included in the spell casting feature. Instead, spells with ritual tag can be cast as a ritual as long as they're prepared. That's pretty cool.
Oh boy.
So there's no feat, right?
I have questions. I get
Yes.
the whole you can prepare this mini. That's fine. Like they make the change and make it easier instead of having to calculate it. That's fine. The cantrip formulas, if I remember correctly, that's where they could switch out cantrips.
Once per long rest.
Once per long rest. I'm fine with that. That they're a wizard. Like that's their thing. Cool. They want to switch out cantrips. Go for it. I'm okay with that. The spellbook thing, people can't read your spellbook unless they use identify. Totally makes sense. I'm okay with that too. But the ritual casting is weird to me. So they're no longer ritual caster, as most things are kind of going away from that or are just doing the ritual tags.
Yeah.
But the big thing now is that they can only cast a spell as a ritual as long as it's prepared, like artificers have to do. So you have a wealth of potential ritual spells that you could learn because wizards can copy things in their spell books. And that was a lot of the wizard utility, is that you had all of these ritual spells that you could just do. You didn't have to waste your valuable prepared slots to do that unless you wanted to cast them quickly. But now, not the case. That takes away a ton of utility for the wizard.
But at least your spell book is now a spell focus.
That makes sense.
So that's cool.
Zeus is saying their first thing counteracts that. The ritual adept. Reading ahead. All right then.
So, since it's still level 1, I'll just keep rolling through. Ritual adept. Okay. The 2024 wizard will get special treatment in the ritual department, as seen in their other level 1 feature, Ritual Adept. As long as a spell with a ritual tag is in your spell book and you read the spell from your spell book, you can cast it as a ritual without needing to prepare it.
I take back everything I said. But I think I know why they're doing it, is that ritual caster was like a thing that many classes had. And what I think that they're doing is Ritual Adept might be a specific thing that Wizard has.
Wizard only.
Maybe. I don't know. Because otherwise, what would they? Yeah, I don't know. I think they're being very specific in their language because more classes can cast ritual spells as rituals now. So I'm
Right.
wondering if this is either wizard specific. Yeah, it seems like it because it says wizard gets special treatment. So I take it back. Still tons of utility.
All right. All right. Someone want to tackle level 2?
Sure. I'll go. Level 2, Scholar. 2024 Wizard has become much more multidisciplinary and can gain expertise in one of the following skills that they're proficient in: Arcana, History, Investigation, Medicine, Nature, or Religion. There. Get expertise in level 2.
Yeah, makes sense. I think a lot of classes has expertise now, though.
Yeah,
Seems that way.
it's fine. Like, yeah, this is fine.
I mean, that makes sense for a wizard. They're studious studiers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's what they do. They are well learned. Yeah, I don't hate that.
Okay, and then it looks like they focus on 4 subclasses for wizard.
Also, this art by
Yeah,
Caroline Gariba.
beautiful. Take a
Mm-hmm.
look at this. Dwarf wizard,
Possibly, yeah.
the super
Or-
sick eye patch.
That is definitely Devinstro the Evoker in my book.
I was gonna say Vemrin the Seer.
Mmm.
I think it's fun because he has one eye.
Boonar the Conjurer.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah,
Like,
I'll do it. So wizards pick their subclass at level 3. Makes sense. Everything else is kind of lined up for that. Their Savant feature now allows them access to 2 free level 1 or level 2 spells of their associated school rather than a reduction of cost and time when copying new spells. I think I like that better, honestly. Because, like, I know games want to have gold sinks, but I don't. I mean, I think D&D does need gold sinks, but I think this is good that the wizard doesn't get a discount on their own spell school. Like, this feels better.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the new Savant feature, they get to add a spell from their chosen school to their spell book each time they unlock a new level of spell slot in the wizard class. Cool.
Excellent.
So the 4 subclasses that they've got are Abjurer, Diviner, Evoker, and Illusionist. I will say I wanted Necromancy on there, but during the UA they had a pretty good reason as to why. There's just so much and they couldn't fit it in. They were cutting it all down to 4. Plus, I think Necromancy needs a lot of help anyway. So
Yeah,
they went
big
with
time.
these 4. So School of Abjuration, so Abjurer. They clarified some language in Arcane Ward. You can refill it directly as a bonus action by expending a spell slot. At level 10, they get a new feature called Spellbreaker, granting them counterspell and dispel magic as always prepared spells. And the latter being able to be cast as a bonus action. Interesting.
Ooh.
Spell magic as a bonus action.
All
But the
right,
real standout of the feature is that if you use either spell and fail, no spell slot is consumed.
What?
wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah, that's super cool. And I think you're right, Zeus. The problem is it discourages you from actually taking your spell school spells and hoping that you would find them to transcribe them because it was cheaper. Yeah, I agree. That seems pretty cool for Abjurer. Diviner, probably one of the stronger of the wizard subclasses in current edition. You don't see that many changes. Cool. Refinements to Third Eye. The feature now explicitly uses a bonus action, and the Dark Vision feature has an increased range to 120 feet. The See Invisibility option now allows you to cast the See Invisibility spell without using a spell slot, and Ethereal Sight has been removed. So it seems like that they're just cleaning it up. In the case of a feature that has a spell associated with it, they're using the spell instead. But yeah, Diviner didn't really need much help. I don't think. Hello, Nina, aka Kid Kerrigan.
Hey.
Evoker. So that's your blaster. They have potent cantrip and sculpt spells or swapping places. With potent cantrip now applying half damage on missed spell attacks, as well as successful saving throws against your cantrips. Cool. And then otherwise unchanged. And then Illusionist, the last one, has a multitude of improvements apparently. They have improved illusion, which now replaces improved minor illusion. So you can ignore verbal components for illusion spells and increase the range of certain spells. I like that. Level 6, they get a new phantasmal creature feature, which grants summon beast and summon fae as always prepared spells. Interesting. They can be cast as illusion spells, which summon a modified version of the creature and also allows a free casting of each once per long rest. Interesting. And illusory self can be restored by expending a level 2 spell slot without requiring an action. That's an interesting direction to take for illusions. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Go ahead, VS.
I mean, I'm not too familiar with how Illusionist was in the 5e. It seems like what they're trying to go for is an illusion summoner that can have friends that do things for you. I don't know what them being summoned as illusions does necessarily. That's different. I guess we'd have to see. Because it says they're modified, right?
Yeah, that's my question as well. What does the illusion modifier on these summon creatures mean? Because most illusions are just an illusion, right? They don't attack, they don't have abilities, right? So
they're not corporeal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm interested on the clarification on what the illusion version of that spell is when you summon beast or fae.
I think it is nice that they can utilize their illusion spells without like verbal components and being able to cast them farther. I think that makes illusions more applicable in a lot of scenarios, especially stealthy scenarios.
I will say that the art, now that Latte pointed out, the eye patch has an eye on it. He's probably an illusionist because that's closer to the symbol.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's all Latte and not me. I will say though, what's interesting though, there's also a school of magic that's called conjuration. Wouldn't you want the conjuration wizard to have free uses of summons and stuff like that? Or I mean, it's not in this. It's not in the PHB, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see how it goes.
That would be nice. Yeah, once we have the full book in our hands, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's level 3.
All right. Not. It doesn't seem like a whole lot changed besides Abjurer and Illusionist. Like they were like, oh, we also picked these two subclasses that everyone likes to play, but not much changed.
Well, Diviner was strong in 2014.
Yeah.
And I think Evoker was pretty good. I think the one that needed the most help was probably Abjuration. And then they just picked Illusionist, I guess.
I think for Illusionist, I would have liked to have seen less on like conjuring up a familiar, instead like the ability to make phantasmal copies of yourself or something like that can help you in battle. I feel like drawing enemy focus or helping out your if they had the help action somehow for your teammates, like illusionists making illusions copies of themselves. I don't know. I feel like that would be pretty cool too.
It's very prestige.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Mesmer from Guild Wars.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, if this getting access to illusion versions of summon beast and summon fade doesn't really help you in combat, I don't really see the point. other than like flavor?
Yeah, I don't know. This is one of those we'll have to see when we get their hands in the book.
Yeah.
When it officially comes out, because like I don't know how they're going to modify it, because those summons are what you would think combat summons to be.
Yeah. All right. Move on to level 5, memorize spell at 5th level. It's a new feature. Wizards can now swap out one prepared spell for one in their spell books whenever you take a short rest. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
So
It's weird. It's a level 5 spell.
Yeah.
Or not spell, but feature. But
I mean, there were a lot of moments where, like, even in campaign 2, happens Friday night, 6 p.m. on the same channel here. Where Bun would be like, "Oh, if we rest, then I can prepare this spell." So, but now, like, oh, if we have short rest, I can get us the spell we need without having to take a whole long rest. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's a nice utility feature.
All right, jumping all the way up to level 18. Spell Mastery. Spell Mastery sees a few minor changes, starting with the limitation that chosen spells must have a casting time of 1 action, and you can only swap one spell at a time rather than both. However, the chosen spells now count as always prepared and can be swapped out on a long rest rather than requiring 8 hours of dedicated study. Is that good for a level 18?
I'm gonna have to look at the current feature of Spell Mastery real quick.
I'm not too familiar with wizard stuff, so I don't know if that's good or not so good.
Let me see. So Spell Mastery used to say choose a first level wizard spell and a second level wizard spell that are in your spell book. You can cast those spells at their lowest level without expending a spell slot when you have them prepared. If you want to cast either spell at a higher level, you must expend a spell slot as normal. By spending 8 hours in study, you can exchange one or both of the spells you choose for different spells with the same feature. So they give you a 1 level 1 and 1 level 2 wizard spell that you can cast just at will, basically.
Okay.
But now they can be any spell, even if they're not an action.
That's a big upgrade then. Not limited to level 1, level 2 spells.
What's really weird is that the old spell mastery. Oh, there's a limitation now in the new version that the spells have to have a casting time of 1 action. Whereas before they could be anything.
Okay. So no bonus action, no reactions.
Yeah, and you can only swap out 1 at a time rather than both. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I read that. I was reading that backwards in my mind for some reason. I mean, level 18. That seems it's on par with the last one with some more limitations. It looks like.
Yeah. Man, unlimited Misty Steps. You know, man, that would have been nice.
Yeah, that's probably why unlimited Misty
Mm-hmm.
Steps. What else is second level? That would be pretty powerful. Shield. Constantly.
Just bam,
silvery
bam,
barbs.
Silvery barbs. Yep. Someone, I can see them around like the round table of like, do we need to fix this? And then someone's like, no, it's probably fine. And then someone just is like goes, silvery barbs. Like the meme where the guy around the table and he gets thrown out the window like at the meeting table.
Oh man. Yeah. They probably players abused the crap out of it and they're like, all right, let's fix this.
I would say there would be abuse, but we have a player and their character has silvery barbs in our campaign, and I haven't found it nearly as disruptive as what the internet would want you to believe.
Yeah, but how often are you getting to level 18 too, right? So
to be fair, yeah.
Okay. Seems like a short one. There's Epic Boons, level 19.
That's me, right? Is it my turn?
Yes.
All right. Let's see. So Epic Boons normally have a list that you can pick from. Since we don't have that list, it hasn't been released yet, they kind of give you a suggestion for each one of the classes. So what they've done for Wizard at level 19, they're doing Boon of Spell Recall. So you increase your Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma by 1 up to a maximum of 30. And then when you cast a spell using a level 1 through 4 spell slot, roll a d4. If you roll the spell's level, the slot isn't expended. That's cool as hell. I like that.
Little RNG in your wizard play.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems fun. Like, I don't know what about it. There's a chance that I might not even expend the spell slot, and you get to roll it, and I don't know.
But anytime you cast a spell that's level 1 through 4.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool. I guess I feel like the randomness feels weird to me a little bit, just for a level 19 boon.
Yeah, if for a wizard, this boon seems more in line with like sorcerer to me, where because sorcerers have this innate magic that maybe sometimes it can be unpredictable.
might have picked the same one for sorcerer too.
Yeah, but then again, doesn't have to be that way.
Lattes, 25% chance to not expend a level 4 slot. Yeah, I mean
You got to think
not bad.
too.
It's not bad.
I like the randomness of it because I think people just inherently like rolling dice.
True.
But with the frequency of like a level 19 wizard of how many spells they're going to be casting, they're going to get spell slots like back all the time. This is another class where that doesn't have a level 20 feature anymore, which seems weird to me that somebody got removed. But yeah, so for a wizard that's 19th level, they know total 13. They have 13 slots between level 1 and level 4. So if you're looking at getting on average like 25% of them back, you're looking at getting like an extra 3 spell slots out of that. On average, if you cast all of those spell slots. But
yeah,
it's not bad.
It's a fun little thing as like a little kind of cherry on top of all the stuff you can already do. It's like roll your d4, guess what, disintegrate for free. Or that's not a level 4 spell, I don't know, is it?
I think it's a little higher than 4.
It's probably a little higher than that, but you know what I mean.
Be mistaken.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know
or fireball.
I don't know spells in D&D.
Counterspell, like.
So I did notice that arcane recovery is not listed anywhere here.
Ooh.
So
I wonder if that's because it's unchanged, maybe.
I think previously, if it was unchanged, like I think what class was it that we covered? Was it Paladin? It says like remains unchanged.
Yeah.
I think they would have. But they didn't note that it was removed either. So
yeah, and they skipped a lot of levels. And
well, I will say that those levels that they skipped are in line with the wizard in 2014 because those levels in between are either ability score improvement or most of them are their subclass feature. So there's tons. So yeah, the last one they had was like what, 5? And then from there, they've changed some of the features, but like on the old wizard, 6 is subclass feature, 8 ability score, 10 subclass, 12 ability score, 14 subclass, 16 ability score. So like there's every other, and then each level in between, they're getting like another spell slot known, like per level. So it's still on par. It's just we're missing a ton of context because they don't really go deep into the subclasses here, what you get at every level.
Did they get rid of spell mastery as well? Because you said they had a level 20 capstone, but now they don't, which was signature spells,
which was spell mastery for 3rd level spells, I think.
Yeah. So like I guess with the spell cap gone, it's all encompassed in spell mastery.
Yeah, signature spells was the same thing for 3rd level spells, but you could do it once without expending a slot. which is a pretty crappy 20th level feature, to be honest.
Yeah, for level 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This is one I'm kind of on the fence about because there's a lot of context being left on the table because a lot of the subclasses do a bunch of heavy lifting for the wizards in this. So like,
yep,
I really can't tell either way on this.
yeah. Without like a class breakdown or subclass breakdown, like they did for the monk or the way of the elements or whatever they're calling it now.
Yeah.
Warrior's path, something path of
Warrior of the Elements, something like
Warrior of the
that.
elements.
Mhm.
That one had a specific breakdown because it just had 100% overhaul and completely changed. Yeah, but it would have been nice if they at least did maybe like illusionist to at least like break down what is a illusion summon creature.
Yeah. Yeah, because like the ritual stuff is all the same after we read ahead a little bit. Scholar's cool, getting expertise that feels cool in a wizard because they should be experts in sort of the intelligence based skill checks.
Yep.
Memorize spell, it's all right, it's fine, but nothing else is like super new, to be honest, other than the subclass stuff that we don't have context for. So I don't know.
Yeah,
This is
it's
one of
pretty
those we'll have to
short.
wait and see. Yeah.
I was expecting a little more meat with wizard, but I mean wizards are already pretty powerful in the 2014 version, so
That
it's not a
I
whole
will
lot
this
needed to
is
change minus.
this is a hill that I'll die on. Mid to high level, mid tier to high tier. Wizard is the strongest class in D&D. Like can't compete in my opinion. But yeah, Zeus is right too. The meat is in the spells, and they got all of them. They got them all, or most of
Yeah,
them.
that's true. That's very true. Yeah, there. Yeah, I would agree. Wizards are probably the most powerful class mid level,
Mhm.
high level. Even yeah, high level. Come on.
And mid tier, high tier, especially. But no, it's fine. Yeah, this is one of those situations like earlier when Latte was like, "What do you think?" I think someone said, "What do you think about 2024?" Maybe it was someone else in chat earlier. I'm sorry if it was wrong. It was Slow Dive. What do you think about 2024? This is very much in the meh column.
We
Monk
have a
was
lot
in the
of
oh yeah, and Ranger was like in the fuck column.
man. Yeah, what's people in chats? What are your all thoughts on so far? There's a few things we have yet to cover. If you want to go back, there's our VODs, there's our past library. We also have podcasts format of this show. If you want to give that a good listen.
It's on all of them. Actually, do you read the list? It's been a while since I've read the list.
Yeah. I was just looking for that. If you want to read it off.
Let me get to it real quick. So the podcast platforms we're available on are, in no particular order, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Castbox, iHeartRadio, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Spotify. The end. And there's also an RSS feed you can do if you want to do it yourself.
I got a question.
Go for it.
Yes, sir.
Of the 4 spell classes listed here, are you happy with their choices that are going to be in the? I know you had mentioned wanting something like Necromancer, but it's not something they were able to do.
Yeah.
Is there one you would swap out?
For Necromancer? For me?
No, I mean just out of, would you swap any of the ones they chose for another wizard subclass that you would rather have in the player handbook?
I would kick out Illusionist and put in Necromancy. Is what I would do. But that's just a personal preference. Honestly, if I'm being true to my heart here, and if I had control of this would be unpopular. I'd kick out Evoker.
Really?
And put in Necromancer. Illusionist seems more interesting to me. Diviner is super interesting. Abjurer seems cool now. For me personally, Evocation, like that's the least likely wizard like subclass I'm gonna play personally.
So you're saying if you wanted to be a blow shit up spellcaster, just play like sorcerer.
You already are. You're a wizard.
Yeah.
You already are.
Yeah,
I mean, it says evocation. Sorry, go ahead, VS. I'll get on my rant in a minute.
I was gonna say, I think I would like to see what's the one that can use melee.
Blade Singer.
Blade Singer. I think Blade Singer as a concept's really cool.
I do too.
Having a more up close and personal wizard from time to time. Although I do know that like at a certain point you're most likely still going to be standing back and casting spells. But
Depends on how many
still, the
encounters you
idea
have
of
a
it
day,
is really cool and different.
Yeah, I like Blade Singers, but I will say, like, I mean, also War Magic, fix that one, please. Like, that one is awful in my opinion. But for evocation, the special things that you get is a sculpt spell. Like, oh, you can't hit your friends anymore with your AoEs that you're dumping all over the battlefield. Potent cantrip with a half damage that if you miss or they fail a save on their cantrip. Like, I don't know. None of that speaks to me. Over channel at 14th. You just deal maximum damage on a spell 1 through 5 for the levels. And then you can kind of, I don't know. I would, if it were me, people would be so unhappy because I feel like that's like the staple wizard school people want. I would kick evocation out.
I don't have that many groups, I guess, but and the people that I play with, including everyone here who plays wizard, typically don't go evocation.
Mm.
So I'm fine with that. I'm fine with kicking out evoker.
Give me necromancy, but
necromancy would be cool.
Redo it.
Or chronology. That would be nice.
I don't know if that one would ever make it into a PHB because it's Critical Role licensed content.
That's true. That's fair.
Same with like Blood Magic, Graviturgy, and stuff like that. There's cool stuff in there though. Like there definitely is some cool stuff, but I don't know if it would ever make it into a PHB. I'm wondering if they were a little shy on including necromancy, because I remember watching that UA video where Jeremy wanted to include it, but there's a whole lot of there'd have to be a whole lot of rework or figuring something out, because it's never fun if you're at a table with a necromancer, like unless it's very streamlined and they know what they're doing, like if they're a veteran player or they work something out with a DM. It's like, I have 15 skeletons. All right, well, I guess combat takes 3 hours now. Like, unless people plan ahead, like nobody wants to do that. And like, but
yeah, I think
anyway,
in my other group, our solution to that, if there's like especially like army combat, right? If you have 15 skeletons, you would group them in like groups of 3s, and you roll for each squad once, and then if it hits, they all hit. If it misses, they all miss, kind of situation.
Yeah, that's how you'd have to do it. There's a home game that I'm playing, where typically people have more than one character, and I was like, I want to do a necromancy wizard, and I was just like, that's a lot of work on the DM, a lot of work like figuring that stuff out to not be like the a-hole player. So it's like, I don't know, fine. Maybe later.
There is one thing before we wrap things up. There was a level 1 thing, Max, that you kind of you had a little reaction to, and that's where spells are now fixed. It's no longer based on the wizard's intelligence.
That's fine.
Okay.
I don't want to rant about that one because it's just like they're streamlining it. And to Zeus's point about animate dead, yeah, that's fine. But also, if you have 15 skeletons, like rolling for them individually would create issues where you'd have to group them together.
Or you're pre-rolling on the side. They're like, hey, your turn's coming up. Start pre-rolling.
Latte, calling on MCDM, which is great. I like their stuff quite a bit. They have minion rules. Oh yeah, minion rules is from 4th edition.
Yep.
If I'm remembering correctly. And I will have you know as players that in the past 4 or 5 encounters there were minions in there. So I do use that because it helps.
Yeah, I love minis. It's such an awesome tool for to have under the DM's belt. They should just utilize that for 5th, or just all the DMs out there. Just do it. You don't need rules.
Don't get me started, man. Minions, skill challenges, bloodied condition, like so many good things out of 4th edition.
Oh, that's right, bloodied. Oh man.
What did that do?
Bloodied was basically a way of calling out if something had half of its hit points left to obscure that. But there were also certain powers and abilities that would do things when a character is bloodied. So say for the owlbear, when an owlbear got bloodied, they let out some kind of scream that would like do like a fear effect or something like that. So is it Alan? Well, then I am pleased. Tell them to bring back skill challenges as well. I would love that to have official rules once again.
Oh yeah.
But
all right. Well, that
anyway
wraps up the 2024 Wizard overview that they have on the D&D Beyond blogs. That's all the classes that are up on YouTube. But these are the overview. This is not the full deep dive that they have in the books. But there's videos from other content creators that have early access to the books that cover all that kind of stuff. But yeah. Wizard. Okay, not bad.
Yeah. Not bad. What class do you want us to cover next? Or what thing like weapon mastery, feats, spells, crafting, the new species, all out there.
Yeah, we have, what's on the next, we haven't touched yet. We haven't touched fighter, barbarian, cleric, bard, and sorcerer. Those are the classes we haven't touched yet. So we did do warlock, yes. And that one
weeks ago, yeah.
That one was also confusing because there's a lot of context that they don't have there.
Yeah.
So we were kind of iffy on warlocks because there's just missing a lot of information they didn't disclose yet. But yeah, fighter, barbarian, cleric, bard, sorcerer. Yeah, we also have weapon masteries. We haven't touched feats, crafting, species, spells. Some of those we could probably bunch up together. Like I think weapon mastery is really short. We could probably merge
crafting is too.
With weapon mastery, crafting, and feats, we could probably merge into one.
Cool. Yeah, let us know what y'all want.
You heard Max. Join us in the Discord, discord.gg/casters and cantrips. That's we have a Tome knowledge discussion chat for any topics you guys want us to cover that we haven't covered already. Also, yeah, the overview of the classes. We also have the Twitters at that one is casters cantrips. We couldn't do the and.
Too many letters.
Yeah, too many letters. But that's all that information is in the Discord. Discord is the place where you want to be. And if you haven't followed the channel already, please do so. Helps out a lot, especially on YouTube. Subscribe, put the thumbs up, hit the bell, all that stuff that YouTubers say that we're not great at. And last but not least, our Patreon. We do have a free tier. There's also the Halls of Champion private Discord chat where you get early sneak previews of things. Like the Jolly Roger. Also, Bunny Dreadful drew up Jolly Rogers in case other party members happen to be captains in that chat. And she also posted my mock-up, which looks terrible looking at it now.
If you scroll up a little bit, she posted my mock-up of how I drew the original map. And Bun, if you have it handy, if not, I'll do it. Can you post the actual map compared to the mock-up that I did with like a pen and blank paper?
Oh my god, what was I thinking when I drew that thing? My goodness.
Oh man, yeah. I love Campaign 2's map. Absolutely love it.
It is beautiful. I kind of want to have like a Sherpa blanket, but with the map. You know, that would be sick if we did cool merch. Cool merch ideas.
What do you want us to have for merch? Let us know. We're still working on a revamp of the entire store, so and it's my fault. So
it's all right. A lot of things happen. You guys moved and.
The company that we put our merch store on went out of business.
Yep, the merch store shut down. So yeah, a lot of things happened. Dice sweaters. Dice sweaters.
Mm.
That'll be it for us here for Tome Knowledge, but we'll be back with the whole cast on this Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific time on the 16th for episode 49 of Campaign 2. DM'd by this beautiful man to your screen left. This guy.
Me.
All right. That's gonna wrap it up for us, and we'll catch you all next time. See ya. Bye, everybody.
Bye.